All right, what's going on, everybody? Gave you card stacks here. Had a little bit of mail while I was out of town, breaking it up into two parts. This is part two. Let's see what I'm buying, what my thought process is. See if we can learn something today. I don't know if we want to learn what's going on in my brain. Luke Kuechly, X Factor. I don't remember buying this. Auction, maybe an auction. I got this for maybe $8. Just been buying Luke Kuechly. I'm gonna tilt this down. Just Hall of Fame stuff. I think he's up for the Hall of Fame next year. First ballot, I imagine, even with his career cut short. So just been buying the Topps Chrome stuff. Luke Kuechly, one of my favorites to watch in college and in the NFL. Just like him and Brian Cushing, probably two of my favorite linebackers, just psychopaths. More Topps Chrome, and I don't know why I bought this in particular. I'm not a huge orange parallel guy. These are not numbered. These are from retail, from some sort of like a rack pack of sorts. I don't know, but I love this image. The 2013. This is 2013. Holy smokes, I cannot read. Well, it has its 2012 stats. So yes, I imagine orange. I think it was like $2. I'll take it. I love this image. I love the black jersey. Mike Vick on the Eagles. I don't know. There's really not much to it. I have the black parallel, one of my favorite cards ever. I don't know if I'd ever get rid of that. All right, this was a deal. It came with an invoice for $1.63. Malaysia Full Wiley, just the Ray Wave. These are blaster exclusive. I think you get 4 per blaster. Malaysia Full Wiley's got to be one of the best in the product. So to get a blaster hit for $1, I don't want base cards. So I'm really just trying to get those Ray Waves if I am going to rip a blaster, or I guess numbered cards. But chances of hitting a decent one there don't seem great. So I'd rather just buy for $1.50, $1.63, Malaysia Full Wiley. This is her action shot. Then they have the portrait. The portraits typically go for more, but at $1, I think that's an easy send to ComC. Could be $5, $6. High on South Carolina. I think they could repeat. The problem is at South Carolina and just in general, like Don Staley said, you're not going to be National Player of the Year. You're winning as a team and such. You're not shooting a ton. So they're not going to put up a ton of big numbers, but it's more of kind of a team thing. Thanks. Love the videos, Caleb. Well, thank you, Caleb, for the sale here. And the Thomas Castellanos, 101. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I think I've been buying these at about $10 a piece. Thomas Castellanos, not a good thrower. He cannot throw, but he is a dual threat guy. He went off in the bowl game. Who'd they play? SMU at Fenway. It was basically a home game. I do think if he started the whole game, they started Emmett Moorhead to start the year. If he started the whole game against Northern Illinois week 1, they would have won that game for sure. Emmett couldn't do anything. He came in, he kind of gave him that juice, and then he was kind of the start of the rest of the way. Cannot throw. He's under 60% completion guy, but he'll cook you up for 120 yards on the ground, 80, 60 on a bad day. So 101. We'll see. They got Grayson James out of FIU. He's not any good either, but who's their head coach? Bill O'Brien? Is that right? Bill O'Brien was like, I'm glad we have Grayson James on our roster. I don't think Thomas Castellanos is kind of his type of quarterback, so kind of sketchy. I just released on my Discord, I think, and I usually try to send them out on Twitter. Oh no, I did it for just Bowman. But in general, Castellanos, one of the bigger gambles, I guess you could say. You know, he's going to have that dual threat electricity, I guess. And some people like quarterbacks who cannot throw. Avery Johnson, one of them. I think a lot of people overlook that and just kind of go off the hype. Anthony Richardson, another good one. Not that I don't think Thomas Castellanos is a draft prospect, but I do just understand that people like the hype. Another little note here. Enjoy your content. Keep making awesome videos, Nick. Thank you, Nick. I will continue to do that. I'll try. Here's another 1 of 1. So I was just on a 1-of-1 kick here. Roderick Robinson, Gold Mojo. Just a normal, I don't know, parallel, or the base design, I guess. Roderick Robinson, I like him better. Kid out of Lincoln, big kid at Georgia. I'm not a huge Trevor Etienne guy. I'm a Montrell Johnson guy till I die at Florida. Split backfield, very similar to like a Penn State with a Nick Singleton, Katron Allen. You could go either way. I truly think, there is no difference in terms of, if you give one person the full workload, I think they're going to do just as well. I'm a Montrell Johnson guy. I love just the way he runs. Kind of the same thing with Roderick Robinson over Trevor Etienne. Trevor Etienne. Just a personal preference thing. I hope he does well. Georgia offense going to look different without Brock Bowers, the best player in college football over the last 2 years, I would say. Oh, okay. I remember this. There were a bunch of new Leaf Metal football listings for a pretty good price. And I just went in, I threw out offers for a bunch of them, and they all got accepted like 24 hours later. So I was pretty happy about that. Cameron Ward, Armed and Dangerous. I love this parallel or this set. They've usually got them facing the not right way, in my opinion, for unlicensing purposes. If they can face you, that would be great. But whatever. Cameron Ward, guy that I'm buying. I don't think I would have paid more than $10-11 on that. Jeremy Bernard, blue mojo, in his UW jersey now at Bama. People are really excited for him. Like wide receiver 1, this is the guy. He's going to be the receiver we haven't had in a few years type. He was like the top flex pick in the SEC for this college fantasy football account that I follow. People are really, really high. He sat behind Keon Coleman and Jaden Reed at Michigan State. Then he goes to UW, sat behind Rome, Jalen Polk. Who was the other guy that they had? I always forget his name. One of them went to Tampa, I think. Holy smokes. I always forget his name. Rome, Jalen Polk. He was in Bowman. I don't remember. Now he goes to Bama, follows DeBoer. We'll see what happens. I'm not high on Alabama's offense, but I'll take it. Jaden Davis, 5-star kid, like top 10-ish quarterback prospect. Where do you go to high school? Is he from Michigan? I'm not familiar. I'll have to look that up. I like to usually know what high school these kids come from. Jaden Davis, I think, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he starts this year. I'm not a Alex Orji guy. He's thrown one career pass. He just cannot go into the season. They truly fumbled that in the transfer portal. You had to get somebody. Not for me. Carson Beck, I like this pro set. Is this 1 of 8? I think I offered like under $8 on all these. Maybe the Jaden Davis I went up for. I can't imagine. But I was like, you know what? If they get accepted, great. And then Brady Cook, 101. It was just like the crazy laser blue velocity type card. 101. I think this was under $10. I think I got all of this for like $30-40. I think you can't like bulk offer. So I think they all just got accepted one by one. I don't know what my total cost was, but that's what my thought was with all those. These are 101 production proof. So I bought this last weekend. These two. Yada yada, get over it. People don't like the pre-production proofs, the 1-of-1s. There's nothing on the back. Some of them have the crystal design. Oh, I guess okay, that was dumb. That makes sense. If they've got the crystal, I think it goes through. And I think the waves, there's like a more wavy design. Nonetheless, with combined shipping, probably got these for like $15. I think this one I went up for maybe like 18. I'll guess 18 to $20. I think this one I went up for at like $8 plus $5 shipping, and this one I think I won for like $7. So I think it gets me to 20. TJ Harden, going to be a good running back at UCLA. Oh my God, what's their, I blanked it on the last time, their head coach, running back coach. He went to Vegas, and then, oh my God, that's so annoying. Their head coach, running back coach, he's going to get them to play hard. Kind of like that Antonio Pierce vibe with the Raiders. Like, they're not going to be the most talented, but they're going to fight. They're going to be scrappy, a tough game. tough out, little trap game maybe in the Rose Bowl. I like TJ Harden, gold color match. Hard to go wrong at, we'll just say $9 there. And then Jacoby George. I got cooked in the comments when I bought Jacoby. It's weird. Anytime I mess up on a player and where they're from and kind of their background, everyone lets me know in the comments. Jacoby George is at Georgia. We'll see. I'm not high. Georgia has not had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2001 or 2. Something really gross. They've got Dominic Lovett. They've got Thomas. Jacoby George. I think they got somebody else. Who's the kid that they thought was going to be the best from Vandy? Landon Humphreys. They had him as the number 1 kid in the portal when he committed. Wasn't even the best receiver at Vanderbilt. Nonetheless, Jacoby George, 101. In his Miami jersey, so not great. This is Crystal Earth parallel, whatever that's supposed to mean. Not my favorite, but again, just combined shipping, just a 101, make it worth it. List this one for 15 to 20, get my money back. List this one for 40. That's kind of my thought there. All right, we've got a DC Sports 87 order. My good friends, I cannot open this. And this order, I messed up. I fumbled this so bad. This is easily my worst value DC Sports 87 order of all time. I cannot believe, just several cards, it was bad. This was $180 total for everything that you'll see here, and this should not have been $140. Let me tell you, oh my God, he's on El Mansa. If you saw my last video, make it stop. It's cool stuff, but just looking back, would I have paid this? No, not at all. And a lot of just fat fingers and stuff like that. Ty Simpson, I'm a big believer in Ty Simpson. Go watch his film, Martin, Tennessee, I think Martin High School. He stuck it out at Bama. He could have transferred many times, but he's sticking it out. People are kind of high on him. I'm not a big Jalen Milroe guy. I don't necessarily care if Milroe gets... I guess I'm not expecting Ty Simpson to start this season. I'm fully expecting Milroe because he's so great. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the SEC, top quarterbacks in the country. I'm fully expecting him to... That was a joke, but I'm fully expecting him to be the starter for all 12, 13... If you want to put him in the playoffs, 14 games, that puts him in the SEC championship game. We'll see. I don't even think that much. But Ty, I'm buying, I'm holding. We'll see if it pays off. Matt Stafford here, pink, 2013. I think I paid $3-4 a piece on these. You can't go wrong with that kind of stuff, but just not my best buys. Jackson Dart, I think I paid $4 on this. 1 per hobby on the purple shimmer, so that's the redeeming factor out of all this. Not a great buy, but something I think I can list for $9.99. Drew Aller, honestly, this is probably one of the better buys at $2. Drew Aller stuff is going up. The NFL exec accounts will all say that he's a first. I got 2 of these. Okay, I'm cool with that. I hopefully paid $6 a piece on these. 2 Ty Simpsons. Beautiful autograph, Ty. And back to Drew Aller. He's going to get first-round hype, and I could see him getting drafted in the first round, and it's like a Bo Nix type situation. You could have waited. He's on El Mansa. I think this was actually $1, so I'm okay with that. A numbered auto, whatever. I could list that for $5 and still make money. This is where things started to go south, I think. Reagan Beers, and I really only bought this. Tommy, TV Sports Cards, shout out Tommy. He found a ton of McDonald's All-American blasters for $4 a piece at Meijer or Kroger or something. And then he hit a gold auto. I was like, yo, that was one of the best players in the portal. She was at Oregon State. Now she's at OU. I don't know. I think OU was in the tournament. I think they made a decent run. One of the best bigs in the country. This was $3 or $4. It was at 99 cents. And sometimes when you go to auction, you can just hit one of the preset numbers at the top, and at the end, I wasn't expecting people to bid it up. But at the end, in the final second, I hit the top number instead of just preloading it and then hit bid. And then it was the top bid at $3 or $4. This is probably a $3 or $4 card. So whatever. Paige Becker's pink. We'll see if it's gradable. Is anything else here? Nothing I'm really craving to grade. Maybe the X Factor, maybe the full Wiley. That would be a stretch. Ty Simpson's, I definitely in time to grade that. The Drew Aller, the Jackson Dart there. We'll see if it's gradable. If not, no worries. I think I paid like 13-ish. Just super high on Paige Beckers. I think that's a great buy. Ed Reed, I love this one. You're not going to see a ton of Topps Chrome. Little color match 2010. I like the 2009 design, him and Ed Reed. I just bought a refractor of that for $5, and there were no others, I think, for quite some time in terms of price range. I think it was like $10. I'll take it. Nice color match, Hall of Fame guy. I don't know why I bought this. Sam Bradford Gold. I mean, it's a color match, number to 50. Again, you just don't see it. I think it was like $6. I don't know who's buying Sam Bradford, but whatever. Steven Jackson. I liked him better with the Rams. This is black. Color match. Falcons. Cool stuff. I think that was probably one of the cheaper cards, like $2-3. Cool image here. Jamal Charles, 2014. This is Prism number to 260. 5 of 260. Was that his college number? Maybe. Texas. Where Steven Jackson, he was Oregon State, Bradford, OU, Miami. Hold on. Something, I've just been on a where they go to college kick lately. We'll see. I don't know. Prism. I don't know where, if they were like hobby box. I don't know. Not my favorite parallel if I'm going to buy a numbered card. Thought this one was cool. Steve Smith, 06. Is this 06? 06. I like Steve Smith. I think it's a cool image. I was like $1.25. And then Fitzgerald. Can't go wrong with this. Numbered to $3.99, 2014. Not my favorite design, really. Not a huge fan of the borders there and just kind of all this nonsense there. But that was like $3 or $4. I'll take numbered Fitzgerald. This was my big oops. I can't believe I did this. This was at auctions for like $38. I meant to bid $45. I bid $455. With like 4 minutes to go. I was sweating it. You just don't know if someone's gonna do some funky business and someone's gonna be like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna, shill this up. I don't know what a shill bid looks like. People look at like the transaction details or bidding details. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't care less to even look at that stuff. But I was just hopeful someone was gonna be like, oh, this is my card. I'm gonna kind of keep pumping it up. I don't know. I won it for like $70-ish. There was one that ended at auctions last night for $56. Feels bad. I do believe it is Juju Watkins. That's the silver lining in all of this. I feel good, but this is also like a $4 card. Could probably buy a lot of these and then at least find one gradable copy for you could. How many could you buy? You could buy 20 of these copies. I'm sure you could try to find a 10 and then get your money there as well on top of just the natural growth. This is a throwback to 2007 design, Bowman. It could be worse. It could have been a worse player for sure. So whatever. But yeah, that was really bad. I was sweating it. And then Antoine Hill Jr., 101, another one of these bad boys here. These are pretty beefy too. The Pulsar Pink, 1 of 1. Memphis commit. I'm a big fan of Memphis and what they've got going on. Seth Hennigan, Rock Taylor. They've got a running back as well that I saw was getting some love this offseason. So just a very long-term hold. This is why I like Leaf. He will be a senior in high school. He has not taken a class senior year. He's in Georgia. He's based out of Georgia. Florida was his top 2. Florida, Memphis. I understand why you don't go to Florida. Good on him. You can go try to fight and beat DJ Lagway. You're probably not. I mean, maybe some kids, have all the confidence in the world and they're like, "Yep, I'm gonna beat him. I'm better than him." I like it. Just go to Memphis. Go be a dog for 4 years. If someone leaves or coaching staff change, go transfer out to a bigger school. Go hit your Florida State, OK State, one of those schools, right? See what happens. So I do like Antoine Wells Jr. So yeah, this was just again a boot. I think I paid maybe $8 for that. A boof. That doubled my cost basically. I think that was like close to 80. I love the Ty Simpson. I'll take Ty Simpson. Should I have bought that? Meh. Probably, PC / maybe not PC, but I just like Topps Chrome Color. Jackson Dart. I don't hate that. I really like the Drew Aller, to be honest. For not liking Drew Aller, he's on. That was super cheap. That I got on the auctions. That I think I paid up for. That's going to be hard to make some margin at the $1 price point. Ed Reed, I do love that one though. That was like 10. I don't know why I bought that one. That I think was like $2. Not my favorite, but a cool image. I used to have the gold, and I don't like the, what is this, horizontal cards at all. Cool Steve Smith, though, and numbered fits. Been buying a lot of numbered fits. We saw that 101, TJ Harden. I like that one. The long video. A lot of Leaf Metal 101. Grow up if you don't like it, but Will Stetson, Carson Beck, 1 of 8, 101. Alar, Cam Ward, Jeremy Bernard. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Better be the truth with all this hype he's getting. Roderick Robinson, 101. Thomas Castellanos, I don't know. Galaxy looks like in the background. Laserful Wiley, $1.50. You can't go wrong there. I don't know why I bought this. And then Hall of Fame X Fractor. Cool stuff. So that's everything. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.